You know, if there's one thing we enjoy here at American Slacker, it's going to live events. Wouldn't you say, Jess?
Yeah, from you going to festivals, I like to go and see comedy. There's tons of stuff to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like a nice night out? And, who doesn't like to save a couple bucks on a night out? I mean, it's expensive to go out these days. Wouldn't it be nice if you could save a couple bucks, Jess?
I'm a cheap bastard and you know it.
Me too, man. What if I told you you could save a small percentage on your tickets by just entering a code?
What code would that be?
Man, all you got to do, go to SeatGiant.com, enter the code SLACKER at checkout, and you're going to save quite a few bucks, actually. Not a small discount. It's a good amount. It's a decent amount.
So you're telling me I could go to my pickle hating fest for a small fraction of the cost of what it would normally be?
Dude, I'm telling you, you're probably going to get a drink on us if you enter the code SLACKER at checkout at SeatGiant.com.
Drink not guaranteed.
Rolling.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
You'll see here the human male boasts the size of his testicles. I drive great when I'm blood. It's all about the sauce. Good, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Oh man, speaking of fucking, you want popcorn? I'll give you a popcorn kit. I'm just trying to go to Colorado and smoke some weed. Watch your fucking tots, huh? Those are my biscuits. Now, this is all alleged.
Welcome to American Slacker Podcast, the official podcast of the Nicolas Cage fan club. As always, I'll be your Lord of War, Matthew Gertz. Standing next to me, your Ghost Rider, Jesse Landers.
Also, national treasurer of the club.
Man, let's just see how many Cage references we can get in here.
Oh, there'll be more. Don't you fucking worry about that, Matt.
All right. That's what I'm looking for, man. That's all I look for in a podcast. Look for how many Cage references can I get in there.
Yeah, and we got the Cage count running. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, yeah. 100% right down
I'm
there.
just making more work for you now.
Yeah, great. How am I going to do this? We'll get to that, I guess.
Well, I want to let our listeners know, if they didn't listen to our last episode, we did a little collaboration with the Podworm Spacecast. We had Andrew on, and we had a great time talking to him.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of, we did a half and half, actually. We did half our show, half the Podworms. We had a fun little fucking segment from them. And yeah, we love those guys, man. Their show is awesome. You should definitely check it out. The fucking Podworms Spacecast. It is full.
I would say the episode that we did is sort of like when you buy one of those pies at the grocery where it's like half one pie and half the other pie. You got like a little bit of both. It's like filling both of those fantasies for you.
Oh, yeah, man. A taste of each. Who doesn't want that?
What's your ultimate pie combo? You got one half. What are they?
One half. You know, maybe I'm going to go with like a half old school Americana with a nice little half American pie, apple pie. You know what I'm saying? There's only one pie when you're talking about America.
I didn't know you were going there, but I see it.
The other half, we're going hardcore dessert. We're going to go with something like a mud pie.
Yeah. Okay. Chocolate. So chocolate pie.
Yeah,
I've never heard it called a mud pie.
Mud. You just make it out of mud, man. It sounds crazy, but dude, the mud down there.
Someone's taking a shit next to the apple pie, and like my brain just went to a terrible place.
Nah, man. Nah. Hey, it's got to be better for fucking than an apple pie and a cheese slice. All right, that's a throwback reference right there.
Good call. I would go half chocolate as well and half pecan.
Pecan pie. I've never had it. I don't want to have it. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to mail you a pecan pie.
Don't you dare, because I'm going to throw it out and I'm going to film it.
Also, a late happy birthday to my co-host here, Matt. His birthday was in between our last two episodes, so we didn't get a chance to say it. So big happy birthday from me and on behalf of all the slackers.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You know, another year goes by, another candle on the pie, you know, hey.
You're having pie on your birthday.
No, I don't have pie on my birthday, but it was fitting, right?
It does fit. It does fit well.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on with our weird news, we always like to start out with a little bit of weed news. And this is a big one, Matt. We're talking about a banking act that would allow cannabis industries to finally use banks and not have to operate in like cash or with credit unions.
Man, yeah, it's the end of the like Wild West era over here because it's been crazy, man. People had to, hire spec ops fucking people, like to fucking mercenaries basically to protect their cash because they don't even have a spot to put it. They were fucking buying the best safes in the industry. They can't fucking work with any type of federally funded like bank, anything like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, the amount of like cash that they would have to be dealing in, it definitely opens you up to big security risks with possible robbery and things along those lines, along with like the flowers or tinctures or whatever it is you might sell in a dispensary, along with like growers and stuff like that. It affects the whole industry. And now there is a banking act up for vote called the Safe Banking Act. And it's sponsored by a ton of Democrats and a couple of Republicans. And it got through the House Financial Services Committee. They voted 45-15 in favor of the bill that would protect banks from punishment by federal regulators. So really what it's doing is this bill would rewrite so that the federal government wouldn't be going after the banks that take money from this cannabis industry.
The whole reason why they were like, nah, we can't interact with you. And it's really nice, man. It's finally another step towards normalizing the whole process of if you want to be if you want to try cannabis, like, it's easier on the people, like it's going to become a mainstream thing, just like tobacco, just like alcohol, which it should be.
Yeah, and this is a legitimate industry. It's making, millions, if not billions nationwide between like all the different states that are legalized or have like medical set up. It's a great step forward. It's not like ratified yet or anything. It has to go through the House Judiciary Committee, and it, as I said before, it has a number of sponsors. It has 165 co-sponsors, which includes 17 Republicans, and I guess so most of them I would assume are Democrat that are putting this forward.
Yeah, it's great to see, man. And I'm just hoping it goes through all the way and that we can just fucking get past this whole era of this fucking craziness that we're living in, watching this transition from black market to the legal market. And I mean, it's really going to stomp out the black market when we come to it. I mean, it's going to eliminate a lot of crime, a lot of like process, and get the shit on the books.
Yeah, and it made me think like once this goes through and like all states put through some sort of legalization or some sort, do we stop weed news? Do we keep doing cannabis news on the show? Like, how's that work? If it becomes the normalcy of like the US, do we just keep? I say we keep covering it.
We just smoke weed for the whole we take the average duration.
First 5 minutes.
So like that 5 minutes to 10 minutes, we just sit here and smoke weed.
Whatever comes
to mind. I mean, if we get there, hey, we'll deal with that crossroad if we get there, right?
That's a good goal to push towards, I think. So if you want to read a little bit more about this, we'll be posting this article from The Hill on our Facebook page on Thursday, so you can read a little bit more about the Safe Banking Act.
Nice. Check it out. Well, moving forward, we got a national treasure here ourselves, and it's this week's white trash Walmart story.
Oh God.
Oh man. So we're going to Phoenix, Arizona, where we got a woman who is facing charges after she punched her own 7-year-old son for being a bad lookout during a bad shoplifting. Shoplifting gone wrong, if I say so myself, because grandma got caught. It wasn't even
family
mom.
Fight.
Dude, it's a whole fucking... it's an entanglement here. We got 3 fucking generations involved deep in this fucking scandal. So grandma got busted shoplifting. Apparently the child, this baby boy, was supposed to be watching out for, I guess, Walmart rent-a-cops, I guess. I don't know. Who do you look out for? I mean, the cameras are in there fucking... There's somebody watching you at all times. Like, come on, people. No matter where you are.
He was supposed to climb up, shimmy up a drain pipe, and cut the cords to the fucking cameras. It's like, you were supposed to take care of that, Timmy. What the fuck, man?
Going deep, yeah. I mean, perhaps he didn't have the skill to pull off such deed. Grandma did end up getting busted, and mom was so pissed that she started with a spanking, moved to a slap, and then a closed fist punched this poor little kid, man.
That's a mixed message to send. You're like telling him to do something bad and then beating him for not doing the bad thing. That's gonna fuck that kid up for sure.
Well, it seems that luckily this kid is getting taken away from the mom, and she can no longer have any contact with her son, and is being booked on aggravated assault, which is good. I'm glad this woman's getting locked up. I mean, how could you do that to anybody? A child, no less. Your own child, to be specific. I mean, how the fuck? Come on.
What was she doing when he wasn't looking out?
Yeah, what was her
role in this heist?
What was her role? That's a good fucking question, man.
Because it sounds to me like she's just the foreman standing alongside, criticizing other people's work.
Dude, don't mention that. But there's her arrest record. You're looking at it.
Is it not? No, I was gonna say I don't see it.
Bomb! There it is.
There it is.
Look at that.
Oh, you got the actual arrest record. Wow.
Yeah, you thought I was bullshitting you. We had little difficulties there, but look at that. Boom. Let's not publicize that too much. There's there's her face. Let's stop sharing this. God. So yeah, I mean, I'm just glad to see this woman is put away. She is like a super villain of Walmart trash, and man. I don't know. I look forward to the Walmart trash stories, but I definitely don't look forward to them when they got a little kid being abused.
No, I'd say it's a happy ending, as you said. Hopefully that kid's being put in a better circumstance where he doesn't have to play fucking lookout for this gang of miscreants running the Walmart fucking thief chain.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're right, man. There is a happy ending to this week's white trash Walmart story.
Well, we're going to church. Many people may have been there recently, for the Easter celebrations, and a man in an area outside of Detroit ended up going to church as well, but for different reasons. He ended up harassing and intimidating worshipers, insisting he was Jesus and asking for money.
Oh, man. He was pulling off the Jesus card, huh? He was pulling...
I've been to church a couple times, and I know that they pass around the donation plate. Maybe he was just trying to get in on that game. Get a little donation plate action.
What's the percentage of churches that you walk into that this works? Like, I'm Jesus. I'm taking the money here, guys. This is what this is for. In case I show up, so I can grab a little, so I can go hit the drive-thru. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's drive-thru cash.
Yeah.
Again, he made off with $831 from the donation box, and it was eventually recovered by deputies who went after him on a foot chase, and they subdued him with a stun gun. So I'm saying he's not Jesus, because I think Jesus has some anti-stun gun capabilities.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be affected by that.
Nah,
not at all.
He'd fucking kung fu fucking chop one of those fuckers right out of the way. Be like, he might take the other node in the abs, but he's got abs of steel, so that's just gonna bounce right off, right? Dude,
hell yeah, dude. Jesus Fu, the original martial art.
Did you not watch those? Maybe I was watching different VHSs.
Oh man, you must have got that bootleg shit over there.
Yeah, those flea market VHSs.
That's that shit you hear the rumors about in like fucking third grade. You're like, you ever catch that series about Jesus whooping all that ass? He had that crazy fucking martial arts. He was just beating everybody. It's like
afro, handlebar mustache. No one knows what I'm talking about. Come on.
Damn, I missed out. I'm jealous.
This guy didn't make off with it. We busted his claim of being Jesus, but nice try. I guess if you're gonna do it any day, do it on Easter, because like you don't know what he looks like when he comes back. It's like, hey, it's me. Like I'm back. I said I'd be back. This is the day that I come back. So pony up. Let's empty those pockets.
Oh man. What do you got? I don't know. You almost want to, because it's like shit. What if whatever it is?
I guess don't take the risk, right?
I don't need eternal suffering.
He might he might have wine if you're nice to him.
Oh shit. If not, you got a glass of water, you probably turn that shit to wine, right? I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Well, keep it up with the Easter news, man. There was this clip that went viral over the last week, and it was this crazy fight with an Easter bunny running in. Full on get up, like the full on Easter bunny mascot with the full dome hat on and everything. Fucking just jumping in a fight, and it looks like saving a woman from a fight with a man. Right?
Yeah, it's like a scuffle outside of a bar or something.
Yeah. Like most people, have seen this on one publication or another. We got an article courtesy of the Toronto Sun where it's talking about how this man is actually a wanted man in Jersey.
Oh,
unfortunately. Shit. Yeah, man. It turns out this hero
explains the bunny costume.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. And in case you haven't seen it, I mean, It is a wild ass video. I'm gonna play it just so you can check it out on the video if you happen to be watching that. Man, he jumps in, hands quite a few hooks to the ribs on this. And works upward. Hat on and all. Why wouldn't you take the mask off?
Because of the bench warrant.
Yeah, you're probably right. Man. And then
I was surprised how agile he was in the suit. He landed some swift hits, and it looked hilarious because, like,
just want to say, hold on, look how docile this bunny gets when the police show up.
He knows what's up. He's like,
"Holy police! I was just watching. I was just over here watching the whole time.
I was trying to break it up." No, he was landing some smacks on that one guy.
Dude, he was doing some damage. Yeah, that's for sure.
Do you think it hurts like less because he's like his hands are padded with like giant like cartoonish like nubs essentially of white fur?
I don't know, man. Maybe
is it like a boxing glove scenario.
It might be, man. It might be. I mean, it probably didn't hurt too much because I mean, there's got to be some padding on that shit. It looks droopy. It looks like a fat suit.
Yeah, it looks like it's padded, which kind of gives you a bit of an advantage, I would think, in a street fight.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, it probably does, man. But it's unfortunate to see that this hero is wanted in no less. It's for car burglaries. So he was running around opening car doors, getting some change out of them.
I'd like to imagine he was doing it in the same bunny suit.
Well, it costs money to finance the whole basket thing. I mean, do you think who pays for that? It's not coming out of your pocket.
That's why they're stealing all the change in people's center consoles.
Dude, it's the Easter Bunny. He's collecting his taxes. Everybody's got their taxes. The Easter Bunny's got to have his taxes to pay for your bitch-ass kids to get these little nice Easter baskets. And pay. Who hides the eggs? You think that's fucking free? He's crafty. It takes him hours to hide these eggs.
It's got to cost. That's time that you're sinking into it for sure. He needs to get his ROI on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe you could write a letter to the South Brunswick, Jersey police, let them know, hey, let the Easter Bunny go. He's just trying to make dues. The finances are catching up. It's breaking the Easter Bunny's back.
I just really want to see the before video of him breaking into cars in the bunny suit where he just like lays an elbow into like a window and like reaches in and just has like a bunch of shit. He's like running down the street in this bunny costume.
Oh man. Well, he's probably just stuffing. You imagine how much change you could fit inside that. You just open the neckline and just stuff the change and you're just running with change filled legs. Oh man.
We should give like reductions of sentences if they're done in comical get-ups.
Dude.
Immediately saying that, I feel like it's a bad idea. But
I don't know, man. Maybe you incorporate skill with it too. So it's like skill and finesse, with like, I mean, what would you call that? Like for like dress and shit.
It's as long as you're costumed in a way that does not fit the situation, you get points off.
We're incorporating the modern law judge with like the typical pageant judge.
If you're speeding dressed as a snail, it shouldn't be as many points on your license because that's funny.
That's funny. That is like funny. Snail car.
Someone a laugh. They'd walk up, license and reg. Oh, that's funny. See, that's.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there should be technicalities for that.
I don't think I was gonna say the higher crimes probably shouldn't count. Like you can't murder someone dressed as a walrus and just be like, who?
Oh man, no,
like,
no,
covered in blood. Like no, get on the ground.
Nope.
Drop the tusks, sir.
Nope. Koala bear doesn't make you look all friendly when you're covered in blood. All right.
Not at all. So we're headed to Texas for a little bit of news about a pizza joint. Matt and I are both very familiar with the antics that go on at pizza joints, and I don't think
there's fuckery. There's fuckery.
Had fuckery to this high of a degree, though.
No, definitely not. And it's like, I mean, I kind of wish I did go to this level sometimes, but I mean, I'm glad I didn't because the what happened,
the repercussions of the situation. Well, an employee at this Texas pizza joint spiked a slice of pizza that he gave to another employee, and it had laxatives, specifically Miralax, which I don't know how strong Miralax is compared to like X-Lax or something, but I'm guessing it's along the same lines because his fellow employee ended up running to the bathroom after eating it and, crapping the brains out.
You ever had anybody slip you the lax?
No. Thank God.
Nah?
I eat enough terrible food that I don't think anyone needs to do that to me anyway.
Okay, all right.
Just kind of kicking someone while they're down. The in this situation though, it started to just open Pandora's box and get out of control, because eventually, after tweeting out that they did this, a health inspector got wind of what happened and came and shut the whole fucking shit down. They came in, roped that place off like ET, and said, "You ain't opening until we get a full inspection on this place." So they were shut for an entire weekend until Monday, and by Monday they still hadn't had someone come. So they're losing a ton of money because of this prank that one employee did to another.
That's horrible, man. One little prank turned into the end of a restaurant. You know, you don't think about it. You're just like, hey, I'm just gonna make him fucking blow his asshole out. And nah, you cost the owner everything he put into the shop.
Yeah, they're fired, by the way. They don't work there anymore.
Fuck no.
I wonder if it doesn't say that whether or not the one who got the prank pulled on them. It says all employees who are involved in the prank have been fired. So imagine you get fucking dosed with X-Lax and fucking you end up getting fired because of it. It's like, what the fuck?
That's horrible, dude. It's like I shit my pants and I pay the price, man. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
it's still in my car. I fucking took it to the cleaners 3 times. It's still there.
So I think it turned out the worst person in this scenario for it to work out for was the actual owner of the pizza shop, who had their shit closed down for a number of days and lost income because of all this.
Yeah. I guess the health inspector just didn't have any sense of humor, right?
No, not at all. And like, I was sitting here thinking, like, is this overblown or is it like, fair? And I feel like it's a little overblown, if I had to.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it is stiff on the guy that had nothing to do with it, allegedly. I mean, we don't know how deep this laxative ring goes, really. But no, like, I don't know, man. When you think about it, when you're ordering food, do you want any fuckery going on behind that counter? Because I kind of don't.
But working in pizza places, as we both have, we know that all kinds of fuckery happens anyway behind the counter. It's just a matter of, like, to what degree of fuckery is going on. Like, I used to eat the pepperonis, like, just any fucking time I wanted.
Yeah, true. I mean, shit, who hasn't grabbed a scoop of mozzarella that worked at a pizzeria and just, like, gobbled that shit up?
Dip that shit in a little bit of the marinara.
Going dirty. Going dirty, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people do that, or like they'll make something in the back and be like, "Hey, try this," and then you go and eat, and then like, is everyone going to wash their hands after? I don't know. Maybe is that worse than like they dosed one piece with a laxative, and they even said like, we didn't do it to anyone else, we did it to just that. Now I think it's a matter of like, oh, I don't believe you. I think he's just trying to prove the point. Whoever this
fuck, man.
Health inspector.
All I know is, I'm down for a ban of laxative never ever being allowed within 100 feet of a food facility. How about that?
That's gonna fuck up a lot of CVS's, but I'm on board.
CVS shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. CVS could get rid of their food. Who buys food at CVS?
Well, no, it'd be like if it's in like a little plaza together.
All right. True. All right. So it can't be sold in the same area of food, same store. How about that?
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
One last point on this. The Google reviews have gone through the basement. I was going to say through the roof, but they're all negative. This pizza place is now getting like terrible, like 1-star reviews on Google reviews, just because of this incident, essentially. They were like, "Oh yeah, I ate there. That place sucks." And I was looking through some of them, and they're trying to combat it. They're answering it back as quickly as they can, but it's unfortunate for them that they hired some shitty teenagers.
Man, that pizzeria opened back up, or
not as of this article.
Oh shit, man! That poor guy's out there just fucking singing the blues.
They've got to hire a whole new staff.
Man, that's an upset gentleman, man. So all his dreams were crushed, Mistakes were made. We're going to our next article where Nick Cage has a similar feeling going on, man, as we got a video of him singing Purple Rain, and he's in the mood, all right?
Oh no.
Now, before I get to playing this golden audio that we got, I will play the video just so you can check that out too on the YouTube. Another plug for that. But man, apparently he did a rush job on his latest wedding with Erica Koik.
Okay.
They filed for an annulment, and he says that they were wasted when they tied the knot in Las Vegas, and it was just an act of impulse. He had some signs that things weren't going to end well, and they even got into a heated argument right before they actually walked down the aisle to do the deed.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, shit. He rushed into it. Apparently, he's taking care of the deed right away before it turns into a couple years scandal of an unhappy marriage. Okay. But man, this video we got just has me dying. Purple Rain by Nick Cage.
Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain.
Is it playing on the TV in the background? Is it like a karaoke kind of thing?
This is exactly, yeah. It's in Koreatown in LA. It's a karaoke joint that Nick Cage did an impromptu show up appearance. And yeah, I mean, those are the only words he knew though. Purple Rain, the whole song.
You had me all excited, Matt. I thought, with Rami Malek playing Freddie Mercury and that new Elton John biopic that's coming out, I thought we were going to have Nicolas Cage as Prince in a biopic.
Dude.
And we were getting Purple Rain, the movie.
That's controversial, man, because that's like some blackface shit, and that would not be okay.
Nicolas Cage has the range to play that part without.
He's not Robert Downey Jr., bro. No.
I said without. It'd be Nicolas Cage as Prince.
Dude, he might be The Rock, but he's not as hard of a rock as fucking that, okay? Nah, man, I'm not with that. I don't think Nick Cage has the range to pull it off myself. I mean, we could disagree all day about Nick Cage's skill level.
You're gonna listen to that audio.
We are the podcast, the fan club podcast. I mean,
yeah, man. You can't listen to that audio before and tell me he doesn't have the range.
He's got some range, but I mean, we'll have to break out the skill meter right now. But man, I don't know. Hey, people make mistakes. A marriage, I'm glad they came to this, and they're going to dissolve it before it does. Perhaps bring children in, and then they got to beat them in Walmart and shit for not being an appropriate shoplifting watch out. I don't know. It's hey, let them do their business. Maybe he just had a moment where he had to get that Purple Rain off his chest, and
the Purple Rain can heal you.
Yeah. Hey, man. Shout out to you, Nick Cage. I feel you, bro. Purple Rain.
Oh,
Purple
man.
Rain.
Purple Rain. So let's all channel our inner Nicolas Cage, from time to time.
You gotta.
So we're moving on to our funny clip of the week. And Matt, how would you describe said funny clip for this week?
Well, I mean, if you're going to do anything, you might as well do a flip with it, right?
Yo, look at this fucking bullshit.
We got some audio.
What the fuck?
Let's do it.
He did it. He did it.
And I want to make this fun. I want to make it, what do you guys think out there that are listening to this? What do you think he's doing and then he does a flip in the middle? Because he's doing something and then he does a flip after somebody, hits him with an impromptu do a flip.
We don't know if this is one that's been set up or not.
It could be. It could be a setup one. Yeah, let us know if you think it's set up too. You think it's a fake one? Let us know.
We're going to be posting it up on the Facebook page on Friday, so be sure to head over to American Slacker Podcast on Facebook and check that funny video out.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're getting ready to do some movie suggestions. Before we do that, we got a word from the Brothers Binge Podcast.
What's up, guys? This is the Brothers Binge with your hosts, Pedro and Alex.
As he sneezed, he shot back into a vat in clear waste.
Oh my god.
We are a weekly podcast bringing you all things movies, TV, comics, and more.
Dusty Matt Damon?
Yes.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
Yes, we get it. You were an extra. You got paid money.
You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Brothers Binge.
And he just breaks the table in half and just starts throwing it at him.
And remember, always binge responsibly.
And we are back, and we got a couple of good-ass movies that we want to talk to you guys about that we really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. We got a bunch of good suggestions. Mine's from Netflix. Where's yours from?
Mine is available on Netflix, convenient as well. It's yeah, you got to keep it convenient, man. I love Netflix. It always has some of the best fucking movies on there.
Although their price did go up. I don't know if you got that recently. I got a price hike from them.
Yeah, man, they're the one people though that can get away with it because I mean they keep the content solid. I mean, I subscribe to a bunch of different services, and you know, like I can't. Hulu doesn't keep up. I tried Stars real quick. That was like just, you know, a bunch of old movies and shit. They don't have many series, so they don't have anything. And all those individual networks definitely can't keep up. I mean, there's nothing like it. Netflix is still the champ.
Netflix definitely rocks it. Hulu does have like a combo deal with Spotify now, which is pretty cool. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I pay for Spotify, so I get Hulu free. I don't know. Is it Hulu? If you buy Hulu, you get Spotify free now too?
I forget if it's which way it works. If it's Spotify, you get Hulu, or Hulu, you get Spotify. I had both, so I just I guess. Oh, I think if you have Spotify, you get Hulu, is what it is.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong on our
nice
Facebook.
Little deal. Hell yeah, nice little deal. Hulu's not bad. You know, I don't mean to shit on it. I do watch it for shit, but Netflix, I fucking is my go-to. You know, Definitely. They just got tons of good shit. And the movie I'm covering is Thumper. It's one that I wanted to watch for a while. It's a 2017 movie. And the story just, you know, once I actually sat down and took it in, I fucking loved it. I thought it was great.
This is the spinoff of Bambi, right? About the rabbit?
No, not at all. This is not for your children. I'm going to tell you that right now because we're talking drugs in this movie. Now, what we got here is we got an undercover cop, young woman, undercover cop, who was input in an area that has just had an insane amount of overdoses, and a lot of them were really young kids as well, you know, just teenagers, young teenagers. So it's becoming a crucial issue in this area, and she's been input into the area as an undercover to figure out who's the dealer, where are these drugs coming from.
Okay.
And she, you know, with time she finds out, you know, that it's coming from this guy who happens to be a really likable character. At the same time, you want to root for him, but he's a piece of shit. And he's an ex-Iraq war veteran. It's a crazy storyline that just blends around. And, you know, it turns out she ends up catching feelings for a teenager in it. It's weird, like an 18-year-old kid, but she's like, you know, later 20s. And she's at the same time overcoming like a divorce. So her ex is like with somebody else and she has a kid with him, but he has the custody. It's a deep intertwined drama.
There's a lot going on with her character.
Yeah. I would say, you know, if you're looking for a drama that's going to, you know, make you dive in, this is the perfect movie for that type of mood. But don't go into this if you're feeling, you know, like you want a comedy, because it's definitely not.
Okay.
The end story, you know, like the last 15 minutes of the movie are fucking crazy deep and a lot of action going on and get your heart racing. You're like, what the fuck is going to happen? And I really enjoyed it. It was great actors, great actress playing the main character.
Now, when you first described it, I was thinking like cop drama, but it almost sounds like more than that.
Yeah, man. You don't even realize she's a cop, spoiler alert, until a little bit in, you know, like it's a little bit, you know, like you don't even realize it's a main part of the storyline. You figure it out pretty quick, but it's like it's something you learn as you go. And I really enjoy movies like that. You know, it's just breaking down the story little by little by little.
Feeding you like little pieces of the plot as you go along.
Yeah, and the Iraq veteran, man, he's played by Pablo Schreiber, who I've really been digging his character. The last movie I recommended, Black Bear, he was in that as well. He was the poor bastard that got tied up in it. And
Big Bear.
Big
Bear.
So
Sorry. Our audience.
Thank you. I try to say that every time. Yeah. I think there's mountains for both names, and that's why I'm doing that.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, just great job with the casting. The storyline is amazing. It's a deep, dark film. Eliza Taylor plays the main character so perfectly. It's just, it's something that's so believable. You're just like, damn, you know, it has that grimy film feeling, you know?
Yeah.
Damn, it's a deep, dark film. And I enjoyed that about it.
I saw it pop up on my recommendations, but I never got around to it. I'm going to have to give it a try now.
Dude, it's out on my list for like a year, you know, before I gave it a try. IMDb, they weren't too bad on it, 5.8 out of 10. You know, it's pretty decent considering them. And Rotten Tomatoes had an 86% with an audience rating of 63%.
Okay. So decent.
Pretty decent. Yeah. So, you know,
compared to some of the other movies we've suggested in the past.
Yeah. For once, I got those bastards on my side. So,
you're right.
Definitely gives you a reason to check this film out. Thumper is definitely not going to let you down.
Well, I have a movie to suggest as well. This, as we said, is also on Netflix. This movie is called Rebirth. It came out in 2016, and its description is a family man headed for a weekend of self-discovery, but it will soon turn into a nightmare with no escape, which I think kind of lays it out pretty well for you. That's exactly it. It's a guy named Kyle who's kind of stuck in a rut and just doing, the normal everyday go to work, come home type of thing. And an old friend reconnects with him one day and says, hey, check out this program called Rebirth, which kind of leads him down this puzzle path that eventually gets him to this group where it takes him away for the weekend. And he doesn't quite know what is going on the whole time, and you're kind of guessing along with him. Like the whole movie, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, is he going nuts, or is this place making him crazy? Like, you sort of start to question reality of like what it is that's going on. Who knows what's planned, what's just like spontaneously happening. And it was a sleeper of a film. I at certain points with the writing was like, I don't understand what they're getting at here, and I just kind of wrote it off as bad writing. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll see this through, and I'm already halfway through the movie. But then it sort of came back around. I realized like, oh, I see what they were doing there as more of the plot was revealed. So I would say if you're gonna watch Rebirth, sorry, not a Rebirth. If you're gonna watch Rebirth on Netflix, watch it all the way through. Give it that full chance, because it seems like it's a little bit more lower budget, but they did a really good job, and the actors that are in it are really good. The guy that plays Kyle is Fran Kranz. Adam Goldberg plays Zach, which he's Matt and I were talking earlier. We love this actor. He was in Dazed and Confused. He was in 10 Things I Hate About You. Just like a lot of 90s films. So it's a lot of films.
Yeah. Was he the bad guy? I'm curious. Was he the bad guy in this?
No, he was the friend that reconnects with the guy.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I was imagining like a bad guy role for him in this, but he's just got that face to hate. I love him.
He has played that in a lot of movies, but with this one, I mean, I'm not gonna like spoil anything, because it's a very tangled web that they weave in this movie called Rebirth. So it got a 5 out of 10 on IMDb, so it's flat. Average, I guess, is what you'd call that. And then on Rotten Tomatoes, it actually got no reviews for the tomato meter and a 30% audience score. So I guess audiences didn't really like it. But that's what I was saying with like, give it a chance and like watch it all the way through, because a lot of the stuff that they're doing that seems kind of odd has a point to it later in the film, and I could see people turning it off halfway through and just be like, what the hell did I just watch for 25 minutes?
It almost comes into like depth perception of films today with the immediate like entertainment, that there is available. It's like there's a lot of bullshit, but like I like thinking about it like, I like to dive into shit. Like we were always taught like, nothing's on screen that's not on purpose, so like the backgrounds, everything comes into play if you really dive into a film, and like if you pay that attention, like you're saying you did to this film, sometimes it's rewarding and you get a deep experience that you weren't expecting. And I really enjoy that about films.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those cases for sure with this film. I suggest everyone check it out. It's an hour and a half, maybe. So
nice,
it's not
film. Standard.
Not too
nice. Yeah, definitely check it out. Again, that's Thumper in Rebirth. Check those suckers out on Netflix.
And now we're gonna get into a little game where I'm gonna be in the hot seat. This is Matt's baby, Scorsese or Fugazi. And before we do that, let's get a little promo action from the Lost Signals podcast.
These are untethered conversations at the back of a bar.
These are the things that we oft leave unsaid.
These are the lost signals we put out into the ether.
With discussions on video games,
movies,
literature, philosophy, and more.
The Lost Signals is a podcast platform
for interesting analysis of pop culture at large.
Founders
Scott Thurlow,
Stephen Hermosi,
Jonathan Ian Manzer,
Chris Morgan.
I produce a steady stream of content
since March 2015
to bring our unique views and ideas
to our audience.
And we are back, and it is time to play America's favorite fucking game. Is it Scorsese or Fugazi?
I'm always in the hot seat on this one, having to pick whether or not movie is real or just something made up by Matt's fantastical imagination.
We'll see. We'll see, man. Let's get right into this bitch, man. Number 1. Now we're gonna do this a little different, all right? And for people just tuning in, what is this game? What is Scorsese or Fugazi? What does that mean even? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Jesse a description, a plot description, and he's gonna have to decipher: is this a real movie or is it fake?
And I don't think I won last time. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember either. I don't think you won either, but
we'll wipe the slate and give me a clean go at this.
Yeah, fresh start here. Now, starting off with number 1, fresh out of college, a kid from Iowa moves to New York City, where he gets lucky and finds a rundown rent-controlled apartment due to the previous renter dying. Little did he know that he would have 1,000 talking roaches as roommates, or that they would help him woo the girl of his dreams and deal with his pesky landlord.
I feel like I've seen the cover art for this. The name is not even coming to like my mind, but for some reason I feel like I remember the cover art of like roaches in an apartment and like some dude's foot or something. I'm gonna say this is real. This is a Scorsese.
You think it is?
I think it is.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
This movie is a 1996 American
apartment or something.
Joe's Apartment. Yes.
Goddamn.
Apartment, sex, bugs, and rock and roll, man. And it's starring Jerry O'Connell, man.
Wow.
In case you can't forget. It is a John Payson movie, and yeah, exactly as I said, it's about a young kid who moved to New York City, got lucky, found an apartment that was rent controlled. It was about to be demolished because a gentleman wanted to build a prison on the property that was there. But as long as they filled the apartment and kept it above half, they were good. And these roaches turned out to be his best friends. They helped him with his lady and took care of that pesky landlord. So
that's so weird. You pulled that from like the depths of my mind. Like
that's weird. I was like, he's never seen this one.
I have never seen it, but I've seen the cover art.
All right. Well, moving along. Number 2. This is a quick and easy one, but it might burn you. I don't know. You might not know. We'll see.
Let's see.
A human and an alien become stranded on a foreign planet, where they form a bond as they try to survive the environment, meteor showers, and pregnancy.
I'm gonna say no. There's no way this is fucking real.
You sure?
I'm sure. I'm gonna go no.
You are wrong. This is Enemy Mine. This is a film that I saw as a kid on HBO, and it bugged me out. Now, what's going on is they're both like serving in the armies. Like, you know, one's an alien soldier, one's a human soldier, and they're both guys, but the alien is asexual, and they get stranded on this planet, and they hate each other at first, and they form a bond, and before you know it, the alien's giving birth, and like the guy's protecting him. It's a crazy story. The alien dies in the end. It's sad. It's really sad.
Now you ruined it. I can never see it.
It came out in 1985, you cocksucker. Deal with
it. I had a number of years to catch it, I guess.
Your whole life. You had your whole life to catch this. All right? You could have watched it in the whole 29 years of your existence. All right?
I don't know if I would. Sounds a little odd.
I liked it. And how dare you shit on my childhood. Moving along. An unlikely bunch of neighborhood stray cats band together to stop the demolition of their favorite park, which is set to be turned into a doggy daycare. Join Spazzy, Fancy, and Claus on this hair-free ball of a time.
I'm going to say that this is real, just because I don't think you would have thrown those names in there.
You're wrong!
What?
This is actually a screenplay that I have developed, and it is for sale. If anybody wants to buy it, I call it Itty Bitty Kitty Committee. So, if you know anybody at Universal, ABC even, I'll go for a TV deal, simple. Wow. So, yeah, let anybody...
I have to work on the name.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we're getting there, man. I don't know. 1 and 2 right now, I think, right?
Yep.
1 and 2? All right, well, we got 2 more, so let's see how this goes. Number 4. A popular podcast host tries to salvage a failed interview when he encounters a hotel brochure promising stories and an experience that will last a lifetime. But he ends up in a horrific scenario where he is transformed into a sea mammal from a murderous scientist.
Oh, I know this one. This is Tusk.
Damn it! I thought you didn't see this film.
Fugazi. No, actually, I was hashtag Tusk the movie. I was on that hashtag before it was made just to get it to theaters, and I went and saw it. It was a weird Kevin Smith film.
Oh man, it's just a second recommendation for me. I wanted to talk about this because I love this film. It's such a weird one.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's part of like the 3-piece, that True North trilogy. With
Yoga
Hosers
Hosers and that one.
Moose. What is it? Moose Blood.
I didn't see that one. I didn't know.
That's coming out still. I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Tusk 2014, crazy ass story. Justin Long. You got Haley Joel Osment. He sees dead people still. It's crazy. It's a cool ass story, and the fucking creature is horrific.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was some terrifying physical horror, and I love physical horror movies. So
yeah.
Yeah, Tusk is a great one.
Okay, 2-2. You got the tiebreaker now, bud.
Oh man,
you ready for this? This is no pressure. No pressure at all.
You and the guy I play ping pong against with the no fucking pressure, man. Every time.
It's funny because when you say no pressure, it actually creates all the pressure of the world.
I think that's what you guys are trying to do. If
you can think what you want, bud. In the seedy parts of New York City, a gay detective searches and investigates a series of bizarre attacks at a hotel where male guests have had all of their penises mysteriously bitten off. Will he find out what has caused all the trauma?
I don't know why, but I feel like that's a real movie. I'm gonna say Scorsese for that one.
And he wins, people! He wins! We got Killer Condom, a 1996 German horror comedy that is a cult fan favorite.
Oh, the condom was biting the dicks off.
It's every bit ridiculous as it sounds. I watched quite a bit of pieces of it, and it is like hilarious. Like, you got to check it out. Check it out. You can find clips on YouTube. It is hilarious, and it's just a German piece of art, if I say so myself.
Wow. So yeah. I get a movie deal, right? Isn't that
you get a movie deal? Yes.
I might. Yeah. You know what I'm gonna make?
It's
called Itty Bitty Kitty Committee.
Son of a bitch!
It's about a bunch of cats who.
Fuck! I didn't copyright it yet.
Park.
You dickhead! Those are my kitties.
That was great. I'm glad I could pull that out. I'll send you some royalties.
You fuck mailbox money, I guess at least. Well, I'm glad everybody got to join us. That wraps this up. This is the end of the show. In case you didn't get the hint, get the fuck out. Now, real quick before you go, if you want to get at us, guys, you can get at me on MWG Media on Instagram and on Xbox Live at Matty G from HP.
And I'm on all them shits at Landers the Plane.
Oh, yeah, and definitely thank you to Haverland for the sweet-ass music that has been playing underneath all this magic we've been fucking making here. And, hey, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Whether you're on YouTube, you're on the iTunes, the podcast addict, wherever you might get your little pods at. We just want to thank you. And special thank you to our Patreon fucking subscribers. You guys make us fucking a little money, and you make us happy. What else could I say? God.
Yeah, your support is unprecedented in the annals of American Slacker history.
And you have our promise. We will not buy hookers with said money.
Only cocaine.
Yes. You can't say anything about cocaine. All right, people. Love you so much. Thank you. Until next time, that's it.
There you go.
We're smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm psyching America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We slacking America.
This has been American Slacker Podcast. You can reach the show by searching American Slacker on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit. Or send them an email to americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. You can download and rate American Slacker on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and all other podcast platforms. Visit the show's website, aspodcast.com, where you will find every episode, official merchandise, and links to their Patreon if you would like to support American Slacker.
Give me a minute. Think about the seconds that are passing. Man, I gotta go and get it, grab it. Why you gotta go and acting savage? Smoking weed, I gotta feed the habit. Now I'm on some other shit. Things that I gotta go get. Medical all on my slip. You falling like dominoes, bitch. Stuck in my ways, fucking high days, fucking sideways in the driveway. We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm psyching America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We slacking America. We slacking America.